depending on how things work well or work bad. And use Cloud Foundry for their software as a service and PaaS layer. So it's Cassandra that's controlled by the Cloud Foundry controllers. Getting into Cloud Foundry details is going to take a lot more time than this session, so I'm just going to take any queries that you might have on Cloud Foundry in the meantime. And they have a direct VPN connectivity into Amazon Web Services, so that when they need to do replication, which is instantly, because Cassandra does cross data center replication, they want to have a dedicated pipe so that the latency for replication is minimum. And they wanted it to be 100% open source. They didn't want any commercial software because it adds to their cost. And what they chose is Apache Cloud Stack, Zen Server and Linux KVM, and Cloud Foundry. Now, what's the limitation? The same limitation that Sky has, which is its finite resources. You can't add infrastructure overnight. It takes time. And how do you work around that is by using bursting technologies into public clouds. The other big problem, or feature I might say, is the PaaS and SaaS frameworks are still evolving. If you use software from last week, which does all this management for you, by the time you've installed it, there are improvements happening in GitHub immediately. So you'll be like, oops, I now need to do an upgrade. So it's highly volatile at this point in time because the changes are happening so fast. You might have to have your crack engineering team constantly looking at what's happening in the framework space. Most companies, like what Sky does, for example, is they have open source support contracts with vendors like Shapeblue provides for Cloud Stack. So we have our engineers who are looking at the development in the open source world and make sure that they're 100% supported. So that's a choice that they have taken. They could have gone with any of the commercial providers and done the same thing, but for various business reasons, which is keeping cost very, very minimal, they've chosen the stack that I mentioned earlier. And these are the limitations that they currently have, and they're solving it in one way or the other. Right. Thank you. I hope I've given you a good insight into how big data runs on private cloud, what situations you can use private cloud versus public clouds. Due to lack of time, I can't go into the actual implementation of the case study itself. I'm hoping that next time we might just run into each other. I can walk you through the actual implementation specifics, specifically with Hadoop. I could have spoken about Hadoop, but Hadoop is a day of its own. So that's why Cassandra is a simpler thing which says, okay, it's just a database. The moment you talk about Hadoop, it becomes all about HDFS, map, reduce, pick queries, Hive, HBase, so on and so forth. All right. I don't know whether I have time for questions, but my business card is at the registration desk, and I'm happy to take questions offline. Thank you.
Well, I guess we have a couple of minutes to take questions, and perhaps if there are more, then that can be addressed over the counter.
Absolutely. Happy to take questions till he says get off.
So feel free to skip it and we can talk about it offline. But I was interested in knowing about the burst mode that you just spoke about in the presentation. Mm-hmm. Exactly how do you? Exactly how was it addressed?
How it's implemented?
Yeah, and what about security specifically there? How do you ensure that? You said that there was almost end-to-end SSL there between the set-top box and their own servers. So what happens once you go into burst mode and have to redirect traffic to the public?
Yeah, so how does bursting actually happen, right? Normally, there are third-party service providers who have global software load balancing as a service, GSLB. If you're using Amazon Web Services, it's Route 53. If you're using more of the enterprise DNS solutions, there is Akamai. There is Ultra DNS. So what you go to these DNS service providers and say is, if you see X number of lookups happening, for every 10 lookups, send one to this location, the rest 9, send it to another location. That's how they do it. They change the weights on the number of data centers that you have in a round-robin fashion. So it starts off with round-robin, but then later it won't be round-robin. It'll be like every 3 times, send it to data center B. The 4th time somebody tries connecting, send it to a data center, which is in our public cloud space and so on. And Cassandra, the way it works is it's eventually consistent. So the moment write happens in a data center, it gets replicated in all your other data centers. Now that is a very, very useful thing to have when your customers are geographically distributed. You want to run your databases as close to your end customers as possible. It runs on the machine itself. So you have to run Apache with SSL enabled with a certificate. Yeah, so they run dedicated SSL tiers, which is instances. You can't, so that's the beauty of Cloud Foundry. You can tell it how you want to run things. Whether you want to spin up ELBs, whether you want to spin up VMs with SSL enabled, or whichever way you want. Thank you very much. I'll be outside if you guys want to catch up.
Sessions covered so far have been indeed very interesting, and in case all of you are interested in solutions offered by the clients that have come as speakers and Blob City that are sponsored, then you can certainly get in touch with them, and I'm very sure that they would have a whole lot of solutions to offer that would benefit your respective organizations. Nevertheless, now that we have covered all the tracks, we would be moving to the Big Data Tech Grand Slam quiz finals. Now this thing started on the 16th of Jan. Here we had around 75 teams that actually participated, and it's boiled down to finally 6 teams. So may we have all the 6 teams right here at the front row, and can we have Yahoo that would be conducting round 1, which is Big Data Technology Quiz, and this would be followed by Dell, and then we would have Gramener that would conduct round 3. So can we have Anupam Goyal and Kirti Singh Yadav from Infosys Hyderabad? Just you? How about your? Yeah. What about this one? I have Yashodhar Kale and Shubhra Agarwal from Pune, CS Holdings. Arindam Adhak and Gnanendra Shanti Krishnan from Hexaware, Chennai. Arindam Ghosh and Anindya Mishra from Kolkata, Lexmark. Sakshi and Anuskriti from Genpact, Delhi. And finally, it would be Salman and Neeran from Genpact, Bangalore. All right, so I would like a huge round of applause. Yep. Since these guys have made it to the finals, and although we have had a whole lot of participants, so they certainly deserve it. And we step into the final leg. So round 1 will be conducted by Yahoo, that is Big Data Technology Quiz, followed by Dell, and finally round 3 would be conducted by Gramener. So can we have the respective panelists from Yahoo? Want the qualifiers to do here is just give an introduction about yourselves and the cities that you represent, after which let's start the session, which is primarily going to be multiple choice and non-multiple choice. So as far as the multiple choice is concerned, that would be thrown open to the participants here. However, if at all the participant fails to answer, then it would be going to the audience, and they would also get to win some goodies. So I would hand over the mic to the first gentleman here, and you can introduce each one.
Yeah, so We are from Genpact Headstrong Capital Markets. The team name is Petabytes, since big data start from petabytes. So we are working in big data COE for the past 2 years, and we have worked on number of use cases of big data and POCs. So yeah, so I'm Salman and this is Neera. Sorry.
Yeah, so hi everybody. I am Sakshi and my teammate Anushruti here. We are from Genpact Headstrong Capital Markets, Noida. And we've been working with the same team. We're a part of the Noida Bangalore team, and we've been working on the different big data use cases for the past 2 years. So.
Hi, this is Arindam and my teammate Anindya, and we are from Kolkata, Lexmark, and we don't have the exposure in big data in terms of working on it, but we want to work on it in the future.
Hi, my name is Sudhakar and my teammate is Purnima. We are from Sonata Software, Bangalore. We are actually part of the competency team in Bangalore working on the Hadoop stuff. Okay. All the best, everyone.
Hello, everybody. My name is Anupam Goel and my teammate Kirti Singh Yadav is here. And we are representing Infosys Hyderabad. And we are working in this big data domain from last 3 years, working on different use cases. Wish you all the best.
Hi everybody, I'm Yashodhan Kale and my colleague Shubhra Agrawal from CS Holdings India, Pune. My company is on big data since its birth, that is 4 years past. And we are on big data 2 years, working on different projects. Thank you, and all the best to all the teams.
Yeah, myself Jnana, my friend Arindam. We are from Chennai Hexaware Technologies, and both of us are part of the BI&A practice, Business Intelligence and Analytics practice, and we are also from the Center of Excellence team. Nice to see all of you here, and all the best.
I work for Yahoo. This Satya and Bhagwat will be conducting the quiz. So we'll start with the first section. We have 3 sections and 1 question for each team in each section. So each question will have 10 seconds, and if you don't answer, the question will be passed to next team. But multiple choice questions will not be passed to the next team. It will directly go to the audience. And if the question is passed, the next team will get 5 marks. There is no negative marking. Yeah, it is sequential. Okay, so we'll start from this side. Yeah, we'll start. So the first question is, name 2 popular columnar file format used for storage in big data. Yeah.
Storage format.
Storage format.
So there are columnar file storage system. So name 2 columnar storage file. Any 2. No, Cassandra is not a storage. No, we are asking for file format. Yeah. Columnar file format.
What? Do you want to repeat the question? No.
They are not file format.
Is it H file and Parquet?
No, so let's go one by one. Okay.
H file is used HBase, and also you can use Parquet file format for HBase.
Okay. Yeah, we can do. Yeah. So it's partially correct. So So Parquet is columnar file format. HBase is not a columnar storage, and that's why H file is.
H file?
No. So H file is a storage file for HBase, right? So since HBase is not a columnar storage, H file cannot be a columnar. Yeah. So other famous ones are RC file, that is very famous. ORC, which is optimized RC, and then Revni, which is written by duck cutting from Cloudera. So yeah, Parquet is correct. Yeah. So 5 marks. Team name? 5. Yeah. I think we have one more. Can give.
Next question is, name any 3 popular compression format used in Hadoop.
So one is Snappy, second is bzip, and third is lzip. So LZO is also.
That's correct.
That's correct answer. So 10 marks. Correct answer. Team.
10.
Genpact Delhi.
Next question for the team 3. Name any 3 popular in-memory database.
Popular ones. So which one is the most famous in-memory database or most widely used in-memory database?
Couchbase, Membase, SAP HANA, Oracle Exalytics.
Yeah, that's correct. 5 more.
The next question. Name any 2 technology available for interactive query on Hadoop.
One is Hive.
No. Interactive. So Hive runs MapReduce, right?
Okay, so it's Impala, and you can use a Stinger from Hortonworks.
That's the right answer. 10 marks. Next question. Name any 2 serialization formats in Hadoop.
Avro.
One is Avro.
Second is writable.
Second is
Writable.
For
So Avro, Thrift, Protobuf, these are famous serialization format in Hadoop. Writable is default format by
10 marks. The team. Next question. Name any 2 popular workflow systems in Hadoop.
One is Woozy
Okay.
and Pig itself.
Pig is not a workflow
The
system.
data flow.
No, workflow. Uzi is right. Name one more.
Job tracker.
Trigger is not. Anyone from audience? Oh, sorry.
Answer is partial, right? Partially correct.
Answer is partial, so you
So
can't pass
we
it.
can't pass the question.
Yeah, Flume is also right answer. So cascading from Twitter, and then scalding are other popular. Parcel? No. Parcel? Parcel? Partially correct. Should we give marks for that? Yeah. So we can give 5 marks.
5 marks.
5
to
marks.
Your team?
Yeah.
No, that was the direct.
Serializable when was the past stage.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I missed that, is it? Okay, fine. No, that was the second. That was fine. Give a direct question to them.
What is your team name? CS would be 5 marks. That will be 5 ideally, and you should get a direct question. Yeah. Ideally, what that question should be to us. Anyway, we'll ask another question.
Okay.
That's okay. 5.
5.
And also for
Third.
5.
5 marks for that.
No, if it get passed, the marks are half. So if it passed from other team, it is half mark. Now we'll ask you. Okay. Right. Yeah. We'll do that.
The thing is, we don't want to give marks for we don't want to pass the multiple choice questions. Because if it is multiple answer, half of the thing is answered. Yeah, and the half of the answer was right. So when it is passed to some other, so it will be half is right? So you can.
No. So if team is not giving any answer, then we are passing. So for example, in workflow system, right? If one team says Uzi, we can't pass it to other. Right. So in case we go to audience, right?
We go to audience.
So this round has 1, 2. Other is direct answer. Yeah. So question to this team.
Name any 3 Hadoop distribution.
Yeah, Intel, Cloudera, and Hortonworks.